saints, soldiers, and citizens of heaven. I'm going to attempt to wrap up the essence of the Bible in just a couple of verses. In order to do that, I'm going to have to ask you to do something for me that I have never asked before. Don't think about anything else except these couple of verses. And we have to work in a time period. We're talking about Cain and Abel. So here we have just a short span of time. All right. The Bible says, in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. Now, there is a difference between an offering and a sacrifice. An offering in the concordance is explained as a donation to God. A sacrifice is to cover or remove sin. And I've heard a lot of preachers say that the reason why God did not accept Cain's offering, but he accepted Abel's offering, is because it takes blood to cover sin. Now, that's a fact. It does take blood to cover sin, but that's not why God did not accept the offering. See, in the Bible, there are grain offerings, and they're accepted to God. All right, we're going down to verse 4, and it says, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering. All right. Keep in mind, this is an offering. This is not a sacrifice. The reason why God didn't accept Cain's offering is because it was not of the first. It says in the process of time, he gave an offering. Abel, it points out that he gave the first. He gave the first and the best. Cain just said, okay, here, you can have some of this. He didn't offer God his best. Now, we see the first sin, which is disobedience to God. And God himself killed those animals to make clothes to cover the man. See, man cannot make an acceptable sacrifice to God. God, ever since the beginning, has been the one making the sacrifices, as we see on the cross. The beauty of this is God gave the sacrifices. God gave the only acceptable sacrifices. When we give our time to God, it's not a sacrifice, it's an honor. God took care of sin from the very beginning. He's the only one that can. He's the only one that can truly forgive sin, because he's the only one that you can truly sin against. His law is the only law that matters. He knew that man couldn't make an offering. What does he need? He doesn't need our offerings. He doesn't need our sacrifices. Our sacrifices and offerings are just like our righteousness, as filthy rags before him. So yeah, I'm saying those preachers that said that the reason why God didn't accept Cain's offering is because it wasn't blood. No, you're wrong. God didn't accept it because it wasn't his best. It wasn't his first. He accepted Abel because Abel's was his first and his best. You see, when God offered the sacrifice of his beloved son Jesus, it was his first and his best. That's what man doesn't understand. The commandments are not so that God can be God. He's already God. The commandments are to show us our need for God. The commandments are to show us how short we fall of his holiness. The sacrifices are showing God's love for us, that he himself gave the best and the first. Guys, if that doesn't demonstrate God's love, well, you're just not looking for it. Love you guys. Have a blessed day.